Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I got another episode of Fake Brazilian Mispronounces Card Names. And today we're going to mispronounce the Militia Boogler yet again, as we're going to play some more Esper Toolbox as we try to climb our way to Diamond. This deck, we did feature yesterday, so if you want a cool story Bob ramble onto, why it's built the way it is, and the card selections, and how the deck functions, and all that goodness, then you can check yesterday's video, as I did, cover it there. Here I'm going to talk a little bit about, my final impressions in regards to the deck. Having piloted it quite a bit and, climbed through the platinum ranks with it. I have had pretty decent success with it. I think it's really solid, but it does have some glaring weaknesses as well, which I think is important to also point out, right? Like, good impressions, well, it's very resilient in the sense that Militia Boogler, I don't even know, can enable you to constantly, search for resources, right? And the way that the deck disrupts the hand and the opponent's board is really neat. I think what really shines with this deck is the combination of our 3-drop with the Hashi's Taker. Like, the fact that this can tutor our Hashi's Taker is very, very powerful. And a lot of matchups that I had against mid-range decks were really defined and ultimately went my way because of this particular interaction. So I think that's the highlight of this deck. I also like the High Seal Freebooter a lot versus mono blue tempo matchups, and overall the deck performed really well. What is the weakness, I would say? The biggest weakness this deck has is the lack of early to mid game pressure. Because all of our creatures are weak AF, we can't really push damage quick enough, especially against Simic Nexus opponents. I struggled a lot versus Simic decks, or Nexus decks, even though we have like Deputy Detentions and Mortifies, and we have, Kaitsu Freebooters and a bunch of discard, because we weren't able to apply enough damage. I mean, I would say it went like 50-50. 50% of the games I won, 50% of the games I lost against that matchup. When it shouldn't be the case when I have so many things that disrupt my opponent's game plan. It's the lack of speed and aggression that this deck really lacks. It also can make it really tough in the early to mid game versus mid-range decks, because once you start getting the Hashi's Takers, you start swinging things around. But when up until that point, it's a big struggle, because you're just not applying enough pressure, you're not dealing enough damage, your creatures are just very weak. And Tide Taker, while he really puts in the work against control and also against the likes of mono blue tempo, disrupting their counter spells, he's also just very, very frail and just does not have any sort of like thickness to him. Let's go with that. So I definitely noticed that, a card like Tide Taker definitely shines much more in a more aggressive build, like, for example, mono white weenie or mono white aggro, in which you have a much faster, much meaner game plan, and he can shut down the opponent and really provide you with, the key resource versus, like I said, control and counterspell driven decks. But in this sort of build, I just feel like because I don't really deal enough damage in the early game, Tide Taker just kind of like doesn't do anything against mid-range builds, and has quite a nice niche in this build. But I would honestly, despite the fact that I'm using him for the thumbnail, I would think about perhaps replacing him. I don't know. I think this list can be maybe looked into and tried to improve. I will look back into it in the future, but I'm going to move on to other things. But that's like the big thing for me, right? Like, the deck is far from perfect. It lacks muscle is where I'm going to leave it. Like, that's something that I've definitely noticed. The lack of muscle is huge, and also it gets demolished by the Crawl Harpooner, which is rising in popularity because mono blue tempo is very popular. So you can't really ignore that fact either. Like, Crawl Harpooner just decimates us. Not only does it trade with Thief of Sanity, it actually gets a favorable like 2-for-1 trade or card advantage trade against Kaitsu Freebooter, which is just too much. It's really rough on us, and it's quite the common sideboard option for green focused decks, which are quite prevalent right now, right? So overall, very fun deck, quite powerful, really efficient, but at the same time not without its flaws, and quite some big flaws at it as well. But regardless, I had a blast piloting this. It was just very fun to play, and it was like the highlight for me is just tutoring my other cards, searching for the kite sails and the control matchups, or searching for the Hashi's Takers and the mid-range games in which you need to bounce back and steal their stuff, and it's very, very swingy at a certain point. So overall, fun deck, but it definitely could be stronger, and I hope you guys enjoy the games that I got for you. I got 2 matches, 2 best-of-3 games, one versus Rakdos Aristocrats, and another one against Gruel midrange. So some pretty diverse gameplay here, and that's where we'll end it right there. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned for daily MTG content. Leave a like. God fucking damn it. Gets reasons. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with more. Okay. Don't get me wrong, like I do definitely like agree that this deck lacks ways to like pressure the opponent. Oh my god. Well, maybe he doesn't draw land. They always do though. Okay. Yikes. I should just trade with one of these gutter bones. Yay! Okay, so because we're not being overly pressured, instead of playing the Militia Boogler, we're gonna go for the Thief of Sanity. Take a big hit here. But we're gonna try to stabilize ourselves. We're gonna start stealing this shit. I'm not gonna take any extra damage, but I am gonna keep that Footlight Fiend because I have a lot of 3-mana plays here, right? And this Militia enables me to block really efficiently here. Okay, so we're gonna go again. Gonna take that again. I can't cast down this. I have no way of killing it, unfortunately. I think I need to keep this cast down because the Legion War Boss here. I mean, the Legion War Boss. Do I need full control to stop? Like, okay, so do I need full? That's just annoying. That's so annoying. Well, I guess the UI is working against us here. Oh, fuck. He has a Chupacabra. How do I stop before... How do I stop before the combat phase? Where do I click? Slap in these deputy detentions. Let's put in a couple of mortifies as well. Kitesail freebooter is alright, but at the same time, kind of a liability. Important. Ah, no, you're pretty bad. I'd rather have kitesails. Okay, you and you. I think this works better. Good trader, decent, important, better than kitesail. Very good. Good, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, let's keep like this. I'm gonna keep just because I have a Lyra. Lyra's very nice. And yeah, Chupacabra. Like a bit of a slow curve, but enough lands to know that I won't get screwed. And if I just manage to survive, will I survive? I don't know. These are pretty good draws. I've taken quite a bit of damage, but at the same time... Okay, what's coming? Oh. Okay. Yeah, he draws an extra card. But I gain a blocker, and that's important. I need one more land. And I can start doing things here. I think I'm gonna risk it with Lyra. Cause he dropped 2 Chupacabras here. Fucking 2 Chupacabras. What are the odds of him having another answer? Boom, motherfucker. Let's create some defenses. Maybe I should have just killed this with Ross's Contempt. Oh boy. I know I was also playing into Lightning Strike, but... Oh, okay, there you are. Oh, okay, you're a problem. Okay. Ouch. I need one more mana. God damn, these top decks, dude. Where are my deputy detentions? That's what I want to know. Okay, can I please get me a deputy detention now? Come on, Boogler. All right, on to game 3. Damn. I feel like I could have won that game. I think I took things a little bit too lightly, perhaps. I'm not sure. I feel like that was my game to win. I feel like I stabilized and I don't know. I don't know where I went wrong exactly. I think I got a little bit too comfortable. I didn't get comfortable. I just couldn't play my cards in chains, you know, because a lot of my key plays were 4 mana, and I needed that 6th land. Jesus, we gotta move this. Well, this is rough. I couldn't keep that hand because I was a 2-lander. I couldn't play the Chart of Course, and it just screamed like I was getting mana screwed. This hand is not any better though, because I still require like 1 source of black mana, which I do not have. I have a lot of removal, but I don't really have. Should I be playing like 1 Immortal Sun for when the game's right? No, because I always have plays. I'm gonna keep my hostage taker there. I can take the hit here. I can keep my counterspell enabled. He must not like his hand. But we've seen him do some crazy stuff with it before. Like, we've seen him... Like, we've seen him discard, like, 2 Chupacabras before. Okay, that's exactly who I want to see. Good stuff. Militia, I love you. Hit him. All right, we gotta be careful though, because cast down cannot kill Judith. That's perfect. I'll take that trade. Yeah, thank goodness I held on that. Whew. Nice. Top one in our hearts. Ah, thank you, Jacob. That's so cheesy. I love it. Alright, let's mulligan this. Ah, why you do this to me? I think we're gonna keep this. I don't want to mulligan twice. I have 2 lands. And there we go. There's the Watery Grave, which means we're going to lead off with you. And we'll be able to curve out into Thought Erasure in the end. At the expense of 2 damage, but that's fine. Holy... Okay, so we're facing... Jesus, holy mother of ramp. Okay, what needs to go first? He's just gonna play a ramp unit anyways, right? Oh, he found another one. He needs to find a land here, though. So the odds are I don't have to worry about that now. Unless he's a top deck god and he top decks into a forest. We will be taking the hostage taker. Oh. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh for you, buddy. Well done. God damn. He just calculated everything here. I land here. There you go. Beautiful. That seemed like a bit premature, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll also take these Immortal Suns, and I'll take out these Kitesail Freebooters because he's fucking main decking Kitesail Freebooter. Carl Harpooner. So, yeah, let's slap in, what else? I think instead of that, we'll just run 4 Thought Erasures. Deputy Detention seems really solid, too, here. I would like to try that out. At the expense of like at least a couple of Tide Takers. Lyra Dawnbringer also seems like a bit of a liability in this matchup. He's definitely playing Phoenix, right? I do want like 1 Ross's Contempt. Let's go with this. I'll keep. I'm just 1 land away from a very playable hand. Yikes. Probably should have mulliganed, though, to be honest. Like, my hand wasn't that good. I need to, like, somehow stabilize at this point. Yikes.
I'm crazy. Wait till you see my mates.
It's my fault for keeping such a hand. Okay, Tide Taker doesn't do anything for us. That much is certain. So let's add in a couple of Mortifies instead. Tide Taker occasionally trades. I mean, I should probably be taking out the Thief of Sanity as well. I don't know. Sideboarding for this matchup is rough because my early game is just like lacking power. Okay, we'll keep this though. Hey, if something can get me there is triple Thought Erasure opening. I can just discard, and chop down his hand, and then build up for a Chupacabra, even though I'm lacking one black source of mana. I like that there. I think at this stage, because of the fact, well, I could always take, yeah, I'm gonna take one Hostage Taker. Yikes. Denied. That's what I had that one negate for. Yes!